Hey everybody, it's Lyn from Lyn's Crafts, and I'm back today as promised to share these little art doll wall hanging things with you. I do have them already listed up on my Etsy shop. This first one I did, and it has a wood grain, maybe from the back you can tell better, a wood grain sort of pattern. It was actually better on this side, that's why I used it. So I just did a little bit of sculpting. I brought out the lines in the wood grain a little bit. I did use the faces mold, the Sculpey faces mold. And these are in, I'm just full of ums today. What's up with that? These are out of the glow-in-the-dark clay, which I don't use very often, but on occasion. And it's not going to glow where you can see it, unfortunately. I did the doll out of the glow-in-the-dark as well as the arrowhead. And I do have a video sharing where I sculpted an arrowhead. This one happens to be from a mold that I have of another one of my arrowheads. Alright, so there's the first one. Weirdly enough, it happens to be my favorite one. Alright, and then this is the second one that I did. And this was actually from some scrap that I had left from another project that I did, that I marbled these colors of clay together, and I couldn't even tell you what colors they are. I'm pretty sure the white and the darker blue are Primo. I'm not sure about this lighter blue. That may be a Sculpey 3 color. Alright, but I got a very good kind of a Milky Way kind of look, I thought. And so I sculpted one of the, I molded one of the faces from the face mold, the moon face, and then I did some alterations to it, just a bit. Alright, and I also made the little dangle from the same mix of clay. And then I just used some stickles and went around, and I love it. I don't like everything sparkly, but I do love me some sparkles. Okay, so that's the second one. Alright, and just because you know, I gotta throw a little ancient art history in there somewhere. This one has an Egyptian feel, an ancient Egyptian feel. And again, I just sculpted the detail on the body piece. Sculpted a little scarab beetle. And this is actually a face from one of my molds. And then I put some Inca gold on it before I baked it. And anytime I'm sculpting something like this, these symbols down the middle are basically just nonsense. They're basically just little shapes. Alright, all you're trying to do is fool your eye into thinking it is what it is. And of course, when it's hanging on the wall, it'll look just like what you think it's supposed to look like. Alright. Alright, that was piece number 3. Alright, and I know this one isn't a doll, but I did this years ago when after I first got into polymer clay. And it's a colored pencil sketch on polymer clay, and then it's got a layer of resin over the top of it, of course. And the clay is a red and gold mixture with a little bit of translucent clay mixed with it and some glitter. You can see that. Alright, and then one of the faux druzy stones that I did. When I originally made this, I was going to make it for a rear view mirror hanger. And then I decided it was too large and would get in the way of you being able to see out your window. So, I didn't finish it. Until now. It is set in my box of unfinished pieces for years. So, that's piece number 4. Alright, this piece is the first fall piece that I did this year. And I was going for trying to make it look like a willow leaf. And it totally doesn't, but the face is actually resin. It's a yellow tinted translucent resin with yellow glitter in it. So it was really pretty before I put the Inca Gold on there. Not that it's not pretty now, but it did take away a bit from the face. And she just has some little leaves at the bottom. Alright. That one's piece number 5. And then there's this one that I did in the tutorial, where I just took a silk leaf from the dollar store and impressed it in the clay and then traced around it with my X-Acto. I did a little bit of stamping with a rubber stamp around the edge before I baked it, and then I did some stickles swirls. And this is the faux druzy stone that I also did in the tutorial. This is not the one I did in the tutorial, but you get my meaning. Alright. That's piece number 6. Alright, and then I did this one. And this one is a mixture of a pearl, the light blue pearl, some pearl clay, and some white clay, and I did a mixture, a marbling kind of mixture. And then I took a little stamp, this little rubber stamp, little clear acrylic stamp, and stamped into the raw clay in several places before I baked it. And then after that I came back and hit it just a tiny bit with some Inca Gold in the silver. There's that again. So sorry. And then I embossed, I heat embossed with the Ranger something or other. I think it's snowflake tinsel, or I don't remember. And that's not it. And then I put some Hot Fix rhinestones in the center. And I actually did emboss a little bit on her face after I did the silver Inca Gold. And then this one's got a faux druzy at the bottom as well. And the color doesn't look like it goes together on the video or in the pictures that I took, but it does. It does really match well. Alright, that's piece number 7. Alright, and then this one is similar to the first one. It's got the face and the moon, and they're both from the Faces mold. I did the same technique where I stamped into the raw clay first with the star set of stamps, and then after I baked it I went back and embossed the silver, which is a Judykins it's a Judykins That one I could actually look and tell you. I'm not sure. Aegean silver. Yay! And then I went back over the faces and the stars with just a little bit of Americana paint, and wiped back, of course, over the faces. And this one also has a faux druzy, and this one is with some of the holographic glitters, and man, it's pretty. I love it. Alright, so this one's number 8, and I just have one more to show you. Alright, and this one is also another one of my favorites. This one is one of the faces that I did on video, and I can't tell you the name of the video right now. It's where I did one of the first goddess dolls pendants. And this is the faces mold, and I inked up my stamp and stamped on it, and it's Memento Black. The ink is, and it was a script stamp. I'll spit it out in a minute, I promise. I've done some rubber stamping on the faux leather shawl. I cut some fringe. She's got little toggles and some lashing to tie her cloak together. I just love this one. And then this one also is stamp embossed. So that's it. I made it. I'm sorry I have not been having as many of these jewelry share type videos lately. I've been super busy, and hopefully over the next month you'll see that. So alright, I shall holler at y'all later. Bye now.